5 this evening, bringing us nearly 15 hours of daylight today. Tomorrow, we're officially clocking in 15 whole hours of daylight. Of course, the day with the most daylight comes on the summer solstice, June 21st this year, bringing 16 hours of daylight. So we still have an extra hour to gain over the next about 6 weeks or so. As we take a live look from our Queen Anne camera, similar conditions, blue skies across the board, sitting pretty at 71 degrees right now. Most of us are sitting in those upper 60s to low 70s. Tacoma, blue skies, Mount Rainier is out, 69 degrees is our current temperature. And in Bellingham with some cirrus clouds there on the horizon, 68 degrees. So temperatures are a few degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year, but nothing compared to what we are expecting tomorrow. Tomorrow, we are going to crank the heat up. We will start the day in the 50s, quickly warming into the 60s during our AM hours. And then once we hit lunchtime, welcome to the 70s, staying in the 70s throughout our daytime hours with highs for tomorrow, 70s and actually into the low 80s even, especially as we head farther south and then we head into our interior areas, into those Cascade foothills. It'll be a little bit warmer for tomorrow. So this is the warmest day of the week, 70s into the 80s. It will be toasty, but it will be short-lived. Into Wednesday, a stark contrast. These are our highs for Wednesday. 50s with some low 60s possible, but a majority of the area looks to stay into the 50s. So it is going to be a huge cool down, 20 degrees of cooling, give or take a little bit, in the span of 24 hours from Tuesday to Wednesday. So stark contrast. I don't want you to experience the heat on Tuesday and then forget to check the forecast and wear a t-shirt again on Wednesday. You will be cold. You need to pay attention to this one. This is what we're looking at for sky cover for tomorrow afternoon. A couple passing fair weather clouds, but overall nothing to report during the day. At midnight, though, tomorrow, that is when we will bring back some rain chances. They're moving in from the south, lifting up into our early morning hours on Wednesday. This is Wednesday morning, 4 a.m. Some pockets of heavier rainfall falling around Puget Sound, so that could leave some wet roadways for your Wednesday morning commute. The rain will continue into our late morning hours on Wednesday before eventually tapering off to spotty showers by Wednesday evening. And then into Thursday, a couple spotty light showers are sticking around, but it looks like Wednesday and then actually into Friday, Saturday are our wettest days. We do have some breezy conditions that are picking up as well, so we'll get you going into Wednesday afternoon. It's just breezy, 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts around Puget Sound, but check out the mountains and eastern slopes of the Cascade. Gusts up to 40, even 45 miles per hour. That starts Wednesday afternoon and continues into Wednesday evening, so it is going to be blustery out there on Wednesday. 7-day forecast shows that we hold on to those cooler, wetter conditions through the end of this work span of just a couple days. Today we'll go with spring. Tomorrow we'll go with summer. Well, should we backtrack to winter on Wednesday? Yeah, it's a little bit of a roller coaster of a week. So here are the headlines to get you going. For tomorrow, this is our warmest day of the week. We are giving the 80-degree marker a run for its money for the second time this year. Temperatures will sit right around 80 degrees, give or take a little bit. Wednesday is when we are going to plummet back into the 50s and low 60s with some rain chances, which, by the way, we have not seen rain in about 2 weeks. So I don't want to hear anyone complaining about the rain. We need it. We need to dampen things out. If we get too warm, too dry early in the year, we will pay the price at the end of the season when we're too dry by the end of the season. So yes, we'll welcome back some rain and cooler temperatures, and we'll actually hold on to that pattern into this upcoming weekend. So I want to show you this version of the 7-day forecast because this shows you that roller coaster that we're jumping up on. So for tomorrow, low 80s expected. Seasonal for this time of the year, 66 degrees. That's a good 15 degrees warmer than normal and 20 degrees warmer than what we're expecting the following day. So a massive cool down into Wednesday, and then we'll kind of plateau a little bit into the end of the week and actually stay cooler than normal for a majority of the rest of the week. Let's talk about those rain chances. So for tomorrow, we will see some sunshine, some passing high-level clouds, nothing big to report there. The rain moves in late tomorrow night. So actually right around midnight is when we'll first introduce some showers, but the heaviest rain will fall in our early morning hours Wednesday morning. So this is 3 to 4 a.m. here. Across Puget Sound, we're looking at some potentially moderate to heavy rainfall. So many of us will not yet be on the roadways. However, we will coat the roadways with a nice coating of rain. And like I said, it's been 2 weeks. It could be a little bit slick out there because we have oil buildup, grease buildup, because it has been so dry the last few weeks. Getting you into your late morning commute. This is 10 a.m. here. Some light rain still sticking around, but the heaviest rain will be in those early morning hours. A couple showers are left behind by Wednesday evening, but we should dry out by then. But this will open the door for that unsettled pattern that will stick around into the end of the week. So soak up the sunshine if you're a fan of warm weather. Tomorrow we're looking at temperatures spending most of the day in the 70s, with those highs getting up into the 80s, especially for our inland communities. San Juan's looking at temperatures right around 70 degrees, 70s into the 80s for Whatcom and Skagit counties. Same thing for Snohomish County, right around 80 degrees, a lot cooler for Island County in those mid to upper 60s. Kitsap and King counties sitting right around 80 degrees as well. And we see that also reflected down around Pierce and Thurston counties, right around 80 degrees. Along the Olympic Peninsula, it depends on where you are, but we're looking at a mix of 60s and 70s as well. So tomorrow is the warmth. We have that big cool down on Wednesday, and then we will level things